What is going on, guys? Your boy here back with another video. Thank you so much for checking me out. Why 9 to 5s create anxiety? This is something I've been thinking about too. Just for a little while. I think it's a good topic people should really think about. And if you like it, give me a like. So, what is anxiety? To me, anxiety is just doing something that you don't want to do. Um, there could be a lot of reasons for this. There could be not many reasons for it. But the whole point is it's something either you don't want to do or you have to do, but you're just prolonging it. Um, these are some of the ways. I'm sure there's multiple other ways of how to induce anxiety, but you got to think about it like this. We go to work, right? We don't want to. Nobody wants to go to work. I think we're so programmed that we feel it's necessary. Um, but nobody wants to go to work. Nobody. Or at least go to work doing something they don't want to do. Now, if you're like a scientist and you really love it, maybe that'd be different, right? But for the average person, nobody wants to go to work, right? So it's already something you don't want to do. You have to work with other people, so a lot of the times they can bring their own problems into the mix, and it creates anxiety. Oh man, Travis called out, so we're gonna need you to really work hard today. Anxiety, manufactured anxiety. Um, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe you have a friend at work, right? Or maybe you have somebody you're interested in and you feel exhausted, you're tired, but you go to work anyways just so you can see this individual. Um, there it is where you're doing something you don't want to do and it's just adding a little bit of pressure on you. It's just more and more pressure. But at the same time, if you say, hey, I'm thinking about going down in hours, I want to reclaim my life, I want to start doing stuff for myself again, there's another form of anxiety that comes up. And I think this is what I'm going through. And what it is if I stop showing up to work as much, I think the first thing people will wonder is, well, what are you going to do with your time? I'll be doing other stuff that doesn't create anxiety. I'll be doing YouTube, maybe playing the piano. There's so many things you could be doing, or I might just be sleeping. But to other people, that's gonna seem bizarre. It's gonna seem strange that you don't wanna work, or at least you're trying to slow down your working. It doesn't compute to people. And then they'll start putting their problems onto you, man. And at that point, it's creating anxiety. What is the answer? Maybe the answer is to just not do anything you don't want to do. You know, whatever you don't want to do, you don't do it. And if there's a trauma bond there in some type of way, you need to get over it because that also is a form of anxiety. I know for myself, there is someone I was trying to talk to at work, and she was just making my life so exhausting. Um, her insecurities and emptiness was starting to rub off on me. And I was just feeling so exhausted and so full of anxiety. I would just stress eat. I'd buy cigarettes from coworkers. Um, I realize now that anxiety for these rich people, they use it as a tool to keep us in line. Um, it's really hard to get away from that, but they work it into the system so well that you really can't escape anxiety. Um, they keep you in debt. That's a bunch of anxiety because you gotta always have it in the back of your mind. Oh, they're making blah 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 off me. Um, gotta pay bills. You know, that's a little bit of worry. And life is worrying, but at the same time, we shouldn't be worrying this much. That's why I keep my bills low, because the cold hard truth is that if they lull you into a sense of anxiety, then you'll lean into comfort. You'll lean on that McDonald's meal. You'll lean on that cigarette. You'll lean on that weed. You'll lean on that alcohol, because that's the only thing that can really soothe you when you're full of anxiety. And really, it doesn't even soothe you. And it's backwards, it's catch 22, because if you're spending money on garbage to make yourself more comfortable, then you're actually only making it worse, because now you have to work harder because you need the comfort to deal with this anxiety. It's just a spiraling loop. Now, what I plan to do, I do plan to slowly get rid of some of my assets. Not all of them, obviously, but enough to make it so that I can have control of my life. And I do actually have control of my life right now. I think everybody does. But they sure make it hard when they don't let you know what is up or down or left or right. And really, you have to start deciding. You have to decide, is 20,000 in Bitcoin good, or is 17,000 in Bitcoin, but I get to work less and I have a better life? Is that better? And everybody's situation is different, right? I find I have enough money. I got to stop chasing money and start chasing freedom, okay? And it's not going to be easy, because there's a lot of ways how people can make you feel bad about not doing what they want you to do. Oh, you're going to go down to 4 days a week, man? What are you going to do with your life? What, don't you want kids? Don't you want a family? You need more money. Yes, I do. Well, no, I don't. Look around. Look around. Really think about this. 100 years ago, would I be rich or would I be poor? I would be stupid wealthy. It would be scary if they saw what I had. So why do I still feel poor? It's the anxiety and the lies that they pump into us. Now, there's really only one way to deal with anxiety. And it's going to suck. You're going to have to run straight at it. You're going to have to run straight at it with full speed, because that's the only way you'll ever get through this. You have to stop putting it under the rug. You have to deal with it head on and move over the hump. This is where they get you. And hopefully you have enough issues, right? And you've put stuff off long. And the thing about putting stuff off is, if you put it off long enough, it will never get done. It just won't. And you'll have to wait until something catastrophic happens. And that's when you'll have to do something. I don't want to live like that. I have my car just hit the line for an oil change. I'm going to get that done today. Sure, I could wait maybe a week or so. I just threw in some more fresh oil. But see, now I'm setting myself up for some type of issue, you know? And when I was driving home from my vacation, my oil light came on, and I was like, there's still a little bit of oil in there. Maybe I just wait and I do it when I get home, because if I don't buy the oil and I just drive 250 miles home, I could just get oil changed then and save the money from the oil. But if you really think about it, that's just putting myself in harm's way. You know, risking blowing out my engine for $8-10, you know, it doesn't make sense. You want to be on top of everything that you have, because everything that you have is everything that you have. And I realized once you start doing stuff and getting through it, your life actually improves. And it's very strange because most people really don't get to that point. But the point I'm trying to make here is that your time, your money is extremely valuable. And the world's going to tell you it's not. But that's where you have to be somewhat of a disagreeable person and be like, no, my time is worth it. My time is worth 100K plus. My time is worth me quitting my job. My time is worth escaping this anxiety filled world that we live in. And that's the crazy part. I mean, really look around you. I have a 2 bedroom. I have everything I need. Now it's not complete. This is my, this room isn't organized. But even just having a room that's not for a bed and sleeping, I think is luxury. Even having a car that's within this decade is luxury. It's all luxury. We don't need more. What we need is freedom. And that's why we chase money so hard, because we don't have freedom. So we feel like if we make money, then it'll be worth it. It's not worth it. And I'm tired of lying to myself.